Futurists make a living, or at least headlines, by offering predictions about how trends and technologies today might play out in the future. We've quoted one or two of them in the past here, such as Ray Kurzweil or SoftBank's Masayoshi Son, who both believe we are nearing the singularity, when machines will match and exceed human intelligence and capability. Of course, if past results don't guarantee future performance, then investors should be even more skeptical of betting on projections based on the white noise that passes for news and insight today. If such prognosticators are to be believed, then we should all have flying cars parked in our garages and 3D printers sitting on our desks. However, the failure of the latter to manifest doesn't mean that 3D printing itself has failed. Credit Crunchbase. On the contrary, our Nanalyze 3D printing motif has returned about 24% over the last year against about 4% for the SP. That's a big turnaround from a few years ago when investing in 3D printing stocks might have forced you to start printing your own money to recover. Interestingly, when we wrote that article in the third quarter of 2015, investments in 3D printing startups really started to gain traction. Cumulative funding to 3D printing companies has reached about $1.7 billion over nearly 500 rounds since 2006, according to Crunchbase. We queried their database to find the top 10 funding rounds for 3D printing startups in 2018. Company 2018 funding. Total funding: Smile Direct Club $380 million, $380 million, Desktop Metal $65 million, $436. 8M Ultracraft $48 million, $48 million, Formlabs $45 million, $103. 7M Shapeways $30 million, $107. 5M Metallysis $15. 4M $96. 2M Biomodex $15 million, $18. 6M Oxide-Bio $12. 8M $14 million, Erevo Labs $12. 5M $19. 5M Rise $10 million, $29 million. Note that Smile Direct Club wasn't listed in Crunchbase as a 3D printing company, but we added them to our list since what they do isn't possible without 3D printing. One of their competitors, Align Technology, Align, also seems to avoid labeling themselves as a 3D printing company, which leads us to believe these decisions are being driven by marketing or investor relations who prefer the company is classified as a healthcare company instead. As we talked about before, there is no industry classification for 3D printing, so this decision makes sense. Anyways, let's move on to looking at the top 10 most funded 3D printing startups in 2018, starting with a company we profiled recently called Smile Direct Club. The biggest 3DP round of 2018. We saw that 3D printing startups in 2017 had their best fundraising year to date thanks to a couple of mega rounds to 3D printing unicorns Carbon and Desktop Metal.